3 TExES study guide secrets that will prep you for the real thing. As a TExES test taker and educator, you know the information overload of content you're required to know to pass the TExES is the source of much overwhelm and hair-yanking frustration. Why can you find a study guide material that gives you real focus for what to study? You know what I'm talking about. You have a lot on the line. Failing your TExES exam could cause the gates of teacher certification to slam in your face forever. Then where will you be? The dream life you've envisioned, making a difference and helping young people live better lives, would have been just a pipe dream. Being cut off from your passion as an educator could drop your standard of living for you and your family lower than you cared to imagine. How will you provide for yourself and your family if you have to fold in defeat against this monster, the TExES test? Will you have to hit the pavement, join the rat race, and scratch out a living in small cubicle and in a meaningless job you absolutely loathe for the next 10, 20, or 30 years just because you didn't know the secret to crack the code of your TExES test? Are there any TExES study guides that cover the real McCoy? You're probably flustered to finally discover the most TExES study guide books do not cover the actual TExES test you're going to confront. A high caliber of TExES study guide by TExES teachers who passed can show you the format of the real test. Better still, it can also help you to generate a general idea of how well you'll score. Getting a high score can give you the sense of confidence that you need to succeed. However, failing a practice exam can give you the kind of wake-up call to study harder in preparation for the real deal. Additionally, TExES practice questions allow future certified TExES teachers to try out text-bursting tips, secrets, and techniques that ordinary TExES exam study guides leave out. Want the inside scoop on techniques developed and perfected by previous test takers? Okay, I'll throw you a juicy tip, but you'll have to promise to listen closely. Grab a cup of coffee and sit back and get ready to pass your TExES exam with flying colors now. TExES Exam Study Guide Secret Number 1. The TExES exam is different from other standardized tests in that you should answer as if you lived in an ideal world. In other words, approach each question as if you had an unlimited budget and lots of time to spend with students. If you're not sure of an answer, always look for the answers that are geared towards the ideal teacher's world, as these will typically be the correct ones. Most free TExES exam study guide materials won't reveal this important secret, which is why it's so important to learn from previous test takers and certified TExES teachers. TExES Study Guide Secret Number 2. If there's ever a question that you're not sure about and the technique above hasn't helped, then find the questions that are student-centered as opposed to teacher-oriented. Additionally, correct answers on the TExES exam will highlight cooperative learning. Therefore, if you're stuck on a question with 2 or 3 possible answers, identify the one answer which caters to these requirements. TExES Study Guide Secret Number 3. Previous test takers won't hesitate to tell you that some free TExES exam study guide manuals simply don't make the cut. Why is this, you might ask? Simple. Because these oversimplistic testing manuals don't reflect the degree of difficulty of the actual exam. In fact, a recent study guide confirmed that 50 to 75% of the content in most widely used TExES exam study guide practice tests don't match the real questions on the exam. That's not a surprise considering most TExES study manuals are created by ivory tower PhDs who never took the TExES, or lowly paid professional writers hired by big publishers just to make a buck, not help you pass the TExES. To make matters worse, these reviews don't provide you with the volume of practice tests that you need to succeed. Don't let these exam study guides for the TExES give you an overinflated sense of confidence. Instead, choose a study guide that will give you the most realistic taste of the actual exam. So, where can you get your hands-on effective study guides for the TExES? Don't spend money on more TExES materials that will leave you without the skills you need to succeed. Only use TExES teacher-created TExES study guide by the test takers who actually passed the TExES and finally became a TExES certified teacher. For more TExES test study guide resources, go to www.teachingsolutions.org/TExES.html.